Pretty hard to turn it into a 64, you stinking son of a... What's up, Knights of X, and welcome to the third round for Week 2, 5v5 Grand Arena. If you guys have been watching my videos, it's been a little bit of a rough week. We're 0-2 for the week, but it's completely understandable because we're at a different level of competition, so any sort of mistakes, you're cooked. So we need to really play smart today, and hopefully we don't go 0-3. So heading into battle, our current skill rating in Kyber 1 is 3991, so we're really close to being above 4,000 again. I really want to get a win today. Our opponent for this evening is Matt Lind from the guild Seekers of Jeddah. Very good guild. I've faced them in Territory War, I believe. Very good legacy score, above 1 million. In terms of the roster, 14.4 million galactic power, so a lot bigger than me. Bottom half, they're not going to be missing anything. Scorch is at Relics, but at 5-star. I don't think that's going to keep or be in today's battle because the update was after the lock. But for next week, this player will have Scorch at Relics. They have the Jedi Temple Guard also at 6-star with the... That's really cool, honestly. It's a really good update. It gives players a chance to utilize these characters that aren't at Relics or aren't at 7 stars. So that's just a little side note, really cool. And Quick Hold, look, Quick Hold's over here in Ithano, so very cool. Datacrons, pretty much everything from the previous is maxed. They don't really need the Hera one, not really used. But it has it at 14, so all the good stuff. Really good of Echoes of Rebellion. Pretty adequate for the Echoes of War. I mean, that's all they need. Those are the most important ones. And then, honestly, they have more of the quantity than quality, I would say. They don't have many level 9s, but they have all the important ones that they would need for level 9. They just don't have the depth of, like, all the 9s. So I think it's a pretty good roster still. Let's take a look at the map. So, I did change it up from last round. I try to change it up every single round that I can now because I could get scouted very easily for my videos. So, bottom wall, I think I kept this one somewhat the same. I think I changed the Datacron on my Ahsoka team. But I have my Kylo, I have my Ahsoka, my Afra, and down here, I put Mon Mothma with my Rey, Ben Solo, and General Kenobi. Up top, I went for a little bit of a weaker top wall. I wanted to bring a little bit more on offense today. So I put Trench on defense as a filler. Gungans, Qui-Gon Jinn, also a filler. And then Grievous. In the back, I changed it up a little bit. I kind of stole the team from last round. I'm putting the Starkiller team down because it tilted me. I want to see if it can tilt my opponent. Absolutely insane bananas. And then I have my Lord Vader with the clones. And then I have my Master Mace Windu. Their wall. It is a pretty tough front wall. We have... obviously, Kylo, one of the best teams, or the best team in the game right now. Ahsoka with no Ezra. There's Fulcrum in there, so Great Mother should walk right over this. Lord Vader with clones and Royal Guard. I'm pretty sure Bo can take care of this. I know last round was a little bit unlucky, but Bo should be able to handle that. And down here, we have Rey, Ben, Barriss, Ezra, and General Kenobi. So, probably going to Queen Amidala that. Up top, we have the new Bad Batch, Double Omicron. We have a Bo Katan team on defense. I've been seeing a lot more Bows on defense. Great Mothers, and then Finn with double Omicron. We have Resistance. We have the Omicrons on Zori and Rose. And that's a Relic 9 Rose, so absolute bananas. And they have the Jawacrons, so they're going to be really fast. Got to bring in a good team. Obviously, going to start on the bottom. Going to need to play really well. Hopefully, nothing drops. And that we keep the efficiency up today. So, guys, wish me luck. Help me on my journey. Leave a like in the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, guys. That is the best way to support me, and you know I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that is subscribed and watches my videos. I really do appreciate you guys. But let's get the third match started for the week, and let's not go 0-3. Really don't want to. It's time for some redemption. I'm 1-1 against Lord Vader Apocron. This one's a non-Apocron, so it's going to be a little bit easier, I think. All Relic 9 besides Royal Guard. They have the offense stacking 6 and the cleanse level, or the offense stacking 3 and the cleanse level 6. So I haven't seen that yet. Should not come into factor here. Maybe for the blind? It could, actually. It could. I don't know. They have health steal, protection, high crit damage, and potency. We're going with Bo Katan Mandalore. I actually adjusted the mods after my last round after failing and tried to keep Bam and Bo's speed somewhat similar. I have -1 speed on them. But the Chron I'm using is the same as last time. The max out the protection 3 with protection, lots of defense, and critical damage. So let's start this Grand Arena strong. Hopefully, no fail. Okay. I want to be a little careful here. I'm going to do the cleanse right away. Let's go all in. Okay. Blind. We didn't stack our birds, which is kind of annoying. But at least we protected our team. Hopefully no one gets too low from this big hit. Good. Let's just go for basics. I want to keep stacking those birds. See, that's kind of concerning. I want to build up the birds. Let's land the armor shreds onto Vader. That's 20 stacks. That's great. Should be out of stealth. Should be a kill. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and cleanse Paz and get some defense up. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for when he goes into ult. It could be a misplay, but hopefully it's not. We're going to find out in a second. There we go. Now I'm going to do this over here. I'm glad I saved it. The last round I didn't save it. I think it actually really hurt me. And look at that, guys. We just got a sub while recording. Thank you so much to Matthew Rabby. Thank you for the subscription, bro. Welcome to the Knights of X. That's awesome. You're mid-video. Alright, let's try to clean this up a little bit. Let's build these stacks back up. They're going to have a cleanse for the clones, so the blind could go away. Luckily, it didn't. This will be banner recovery. Almost down. Are you going to take a turn? There's the heal immunity. That's annoying. Might be a 64. Yeah, 74 at the very end. Lord Vader was able to get the heal immunity out on his middle special. But, hey, I'm telling you, I really have a feeling that this is going to be extremely consistent once that Apo Datacron goes away. It's just a little bit easier. Obviously, the last round, that Kron had over 345% armor pen. This one was a little bit different because the BAM bonus turn got triggered early. But I think I played it smart. I saved the Whistling Birds. I healed my OG bow. And it ended up being a win. So very nice. I saved Leia. Going with my bread and butter. My Great Mothers against Ahsoka. And the crazy thing is that I was thinking about putting them on defense this round. And I'm kind of happy I didn't. I thought my opponent would have put them with the Hera-focused Datacron and Ezra. But they didn't. So I'm happy I brought them on offense. Their team is Fulcrum instead of Ezra. They have the max health to protection 3. Potency, health, critical chance, and tenacity. Going with the standard Great Mother team. Stacking offense 3 for added insurance. Protection, potency, offense, defense, and high critical damage. This is my go-to for Great Mothers. Because we don't really need armor pen. Spirit ignores defense. But we're going to keep everything the same. I don't want Syndulla to take a turn because of her fracture. So that's why I always go for her first. Because if she locks down anyone, it's a problem. That's really good. Hoi Yang because of the ultimate. We can afford to do the stun here. We don't really need to worry about her. She's going to go down to an AoE. And let's just go for the assist just in case. And the rest is auto. Yeah, this is the problem. Ahsoka on defense without Ezra is just not functional. I don't think there's anything that you could put down that isn't Ezra that will not stop this. In my personal opinion. I don't see it. So if you guys don't have this team up and running, I highly recommend it. It's just an absolute game changer. And they have a good Datacron coming up, so it's going to be even easier, I hope. Look at that. Even Great Mothers are hitting like a truck. That's so easy. That might have been less than a minute of a battle, so super easy, a breeze. I've saved 2 GLs now against 2 other GLs. Great value, good start. So my mentality going into Grand Arenas is wherever Ezra is, that's where my Queen Amidala goes, typically. And what better way to use them here against Ezra, Barriss, and General Kenobi. Dangerous team, 6 Omicrons. Lightside max health protection 3, Vanguard damage reduction 6, and the Barriss 9 with health steal, defense, offensive protection. Nothing crazy in terms of stats. Going with Queen Amidala, Chakti, Echo, the support Kron. Not making a mistake. No Jedi Hermit Yoda Kron. This should be okay as long as I don't kill Barriss too early. So try to stick away from the AoEs on Padawan Obi-Wan. Okay. That is normal. Just gonna play Operation Ignore Barriss. I'm not gonna do the dice. Okay. I can't afford to do that. Okay, we're gonna go here first. She should not die to dots. She should not die to dots. Very good. Cleanse it there is actually clutch. Trying to think for a second. I think we go for Ezra. Basic. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold a beat. We almost lost our team. I'm trying to stall this out for banners. Might not happen. Okay, well, you know what? I thought it was going to be way worse. I will take a 64 over a 62 any day of the week. Always really dicey. I'm surprised that Ben Solo came back without his cooldowns jacked. I thought we increased them with Queen Amidala's middle special, but it's A-okay. We survived the big hit from Ben. If he had 100% offense, that's a different story. So, hey, we're doing really well now. Since last time was so dicey, I'm going to try a different variation. I'm going to try 5s instead of Mace. Hopefully the RNG is a little bit easier and more in my favor. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, Triple Omicron Ray, Focus Datacron. The way they have her modded is going to be health and 10k offense. Very, very dangerous. Kenobi, 5s, Cat, Padme, Snips. The Hermit Yoda, Focus Datacron, great stats, great level 3. Need to play this, you know, smart. Do not want to jeopardize this Grand Arena from this team. Let's just go for crew first. Okay. The only thing I have to be cautious of is the stealth now because we don't have mace. But they will definitely target 5s. And I have a Relic 9-5, so that's added insurance. Get a stun. That's great. Last round, my Snips got stunned in the beginning, and I thought that caused lots of issues because of the out-of-turn attacks and the removal of the buffs. It's extremely helpful to have her around. Build our ultimate up again. We're at full ult now, which is great. Okay. I'm not scared yet. I'll let you know when I'm scared, but I'm not scared yet. How do I want to do this? I really want... That's not good. That is not good. Uh-oh. No ability block. We should get rid of it right here. Right here. No playing around. Okay. We need him under control too. We should all survive this ultimate because we have protection up. Damn. Okay, good. We need to cycle around. She doesn't have any protection. Yeah, that's a problem. Now I'm nervous. That gives protection up on a basic. Protection up. I don't like this. Don't kill her. Okay. You're taking a lot of turns, brother. Extra banners, maybe? How did that turn into a 65? Oh my god. That battle is never going to be straightforward this season, is it? And I don't think there's anything next season that can combat this still. Maybe just the level 3s and a higher health cron, maybe. But that means less defense for us. Still such a dangerous team. But hey, I'm pretty sure that's all the teams on the front. We survived, and we did pretty well in terms of efficiency. And I think we used just the right counters. So let's go check out the back, and hopefully nothing insane. I do like 508 going into the back, so that's a great sign for me. What I am seeing is a Gas, Grievous, and a Qui-Gon Jinn. Jocasta new team. So, okay, nothing crazy. This might come down to efficiency. We got to be really smart on offense. As long as we're, do the right counters. I have a lot remaining. Gonna really try to just make sure the 65s, the 67s, the 68s all come into play. Because this is the type of Grand Arena where I think it's going to come down to banners. Unless they royally drop hard. Need to be smart. So, let's keep the fun going. So I think a great way to go next is going to use my JML on the new Bad Batch. This is typically a 65 for me. So I'm going to use it here. All Relic 7. They have the Lightside Max out the Protection 3. The Bad Batch Ignore Taunt 6. And the Crosshair 9. Not the Batcher one, so this could be more annoying. Critical damage, a little bit of health, protection, and tenacity. JML, Cal, Luke, Revan, and Hermit Yoda. I have a Lightside Max out the Protection 3 with lots of protection and offense. My go-to for JML when I don't use him with the Hermit Yoda Crom. That extra protection is going to skyrocket our damage. As long as I just hit under protection, this should be a breeze. I like Batcher first always. I don't like the whole ignore taunt thing. Pass back to Revan. Stun. He goes down here. Oh, that was a lot easier than last time. Go here. Pass back to Revan. Let's go all in on Hunter. Almost down. Oh, don't you steal banners. Rather one-shot him, and we'll just take care of the rest in a sec. We can afford to do that now, because that'll reset some cooldowns. That ensures the full banners. Stun. Let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Can totally afford to use JML here. He's a really solid counter against the new Bad Batch. I actually brought my Bad Batch on offense just in case there was a Traya on defense, but I guess they're not going to be needed against Traya today. I still want to test that against the Traya lead, but as far as today, JML is still performing well against new Bad Batch. The next team we're going to tackle is going to be Qui-Gon Jinn with the Jedi Vanguard synergy, so we're going to work on that right now. Their Datacron is a Lightside Max at the Protection 3. The damage reduction for Vanguard 6, got to be cautious of that. And the Qui-Gon 9 with critical damage, offense, and critical chance. Going with Inquisitors, I'm running a Potency up and Tenacity up 3 with protection, high defense, critical damage, and offense. I gotta be really careful of that 50% turn meter threshold. Alright, so I think I'm gonna start with this. I think. Just push back turn meter here. Should have called someone else to assist, I guess. We'll go here. Okay, very good. I guess I was overthinking this, but the damage reduction on that 6 is kind of annoying. Wow, he still hit like a truck. Want to make sure I get days on him because I don't want him to steal banners. Should have done that on him, actually. Now he's going to counterattack. Hopefully... Yeah, that's a lot of dodges. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, that was straightforward. Easy 65. The synergy with the Vanguard's kind of, you know, concerning, but without Jedi Temple Guard and Captive, and I'm so used to Master Waste being a little bit of a concern that was actually a breeze, so easy 65. Moving on to Bo Katan Mandalore. It's not the scariest Datacron, but it's still, the timeout risk is possible, so I gotta move fast here. It is a light side max health protection 3 with critical damage, potency, critical chance, and protection. I'm going Traya, Nihilus, Talon, Savage, and Scion. I'm running the Dark Side buff on a special. The Sith Anti-Revive 6, that should come in clutch because they have a built-in revive in the Leadership Omicron. And the Talon 9 with protection, critical damage, potency, tenacity, and health. The whole thing here is I need to move fast. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a timeout risk. It looks like Bam is modded to go fast, so that is correct. We did not get the cooldown increase on him, which is not good. Need to really be smart. Maybe we can get a fear. That's a fear. That's good. But that's a lot of stacks. He no longer has fear. If they go for Nihilus, this is really bad. Very concerned, to be honest. Is it Nihilus? It was almost Nihilus. By the skin of our teeth. I'm basicing the heal. Wait, never mind. That doesn't matter. Fear. Wow, did we just get so lucky. Look at that. The game knew what they wanted to do. They're like, oh, we're going to mess him up. We're going to go straight for Nihilus. Wow, if that Kron had any armor pen, any sort of armor pen, I think armor pen would have worked, or offense, we were cooked. No. That was dangerous. Fine. You have a buff. I guess it didn't matter there. I'm gonna try to save the one shot for him. That's just healing our team, so that's really good. No. Come on, we gotta get some big hits onto him. Don't. Okay, I'm gonna stall it out a little. No. I'm stalling it. I want you to hit him. No. I guess the timeout is not at risk because we were able to one-shot Bo. That wasn't enough. I think that should be enough for, that should be a 65. Okay, cool. Did we hang on by the skin of our teeth? I mean, that was a problem. You know what it is? Out of everyone you can go for, why do you have to go for the most important person on my team? Is the game not like me lately? Maybe they do a little bit because it made me live. But, okay, another 65 to the plate. Against Great Mothers, I'm going with Baylan. I hope I do enough damage, and hopefully we survive that beginning one-shot from Spirit. I'm hoping Omicron on Hondo helps me there. They have the potency up and tenacity up 3 with defense, health steal, and critical chance, so the damage is nothing crazy. Like I said, I'm hoping Hondo can stop Morgan from doing her mass swarm because of the captive. We're going with the Boba Fett sign of Django Kron. I don't think I'm going to use him today, so we're going to utilize his very overpowered Datacron. Really good damage stats. So, like, just don't, Spirit, do not one-shot my Baylan. Alright, that's fine. She still has taunt. We get the one shot here. Okay, I feel better. but we gotta control Spirit. How many stacks do you have? Not enough. Alright, that's enough. You're gonna live. You're the next threat. Okay. You are another threat because you have an AoE. This should be a 65. Alright, that was actually a breeze. I have had it in the past where Spirit or Morgan takes a turn, gets the frenzy to everyone, Spirit one-shots my Baylan, and it all goes terrible. But with the Hondo Omicron, it only helps me out even more, and our Baylan actually was very fast. So I guess I over-worried about that, but I'm happy I got the 65. Against this really dangerous resistance team, I'm going with Leia because it's one of my last remaining GLs. I have one more that I'm going to use on the team on the bottom. Might as well use it here. Double Omicron, Relic 9 Rose. Turn meter in the beginning with the Chief Nebit level 3 because this is going to make them go lightning fast. So, very dangerous. Critical damage, health, potency, and health steal. Going with Leia with the Jin and Raddus cheese. Hera Focus Datacron gives me extra turn meter. Really good stats. High health, offense, critical chance, the whole thing. Really don't, well, that's like their turn meter train. You know, they have the team modded correct. Good thing I have a GL. I'm gonna eat the counters. I just want to get the one shot. Okay. Alright, you need to calm down. Get rid of the Relic 9 Rose now. Good. Gonna try to get around to Drogon so we get some banners back. Not happening. Yeah, we really got a 64. There's no excuse not to get a 65 there. Alright, I'm that type of guy. I get very upset when I don't get my 65s. So, alright. You stole a banner from me. Well done, Zori. The next team is going to be a Grievous team, and it's an Omicron Stap, so very annoying. They have the max health damage level 3, Separatist buff 6, and Grievous 9 with tenacity, critical chance, health, lots of potency, and critical damage. I'm going with Bane and Malik here. I'm going to try to see if they can both survive. I'm going with the Zalbar Focus Datacron. It gives me a bunch of defense and health and critical chance. Hoping I can just get rid of them immediately, but I do... The goal is for Malik to survive. I don't know if he can. Let's just do it. Oh my. I think he can survive. I think he can. I hope he can survive long enough to, you know, not go down from Bane's, you know, unique. I should have done the middle. Please don't kill him from your unique. Just get rid of the droid. Okay, he lived. Good. 65 turned into a 67. Bane's unique was actually killing Malik there, but look how strong Bane is. Opening move, Grievous, gone. Super easy. This has been pretty straightforward so far. I have so much remaining. I'm pretty shocked at how this is going. I have Jabba, Gas, Malgus, Malicos. So many teams available. Saw, Bad Batch. Crazy amounts left, but I think my best bet here against Gas is going to be Sith Eternal. They have the stacking offense and speed level 3, which means they're just going to get more dangerous as they go down. Armor Pen, critical damage, tenacity, potency, and health. I'm going with my highest defense cron. I have the Dark Side Health and Protection Recovery 3. Not going to really matter. Critical chance, defense, offense, potency, and critical damage. Bringing in Wat Tambor for some extra insurance. Don't feel like risking the Grand Arena right now off a solo. I don't know how my opponent's going to do. I'm actually attacking early because I can't really attack too much tomorrow. So I'm doing all my attacks the night before. Alright, there we go. That's good. Sometimes that can get a little dicey. I might have been able to do a solo here, but I just really did not want to risk it. There's nothing worse when you're performing so well on the Grand Arena and you go for the risky play that you don't really need to, and it just all goes down. So I'm not willing to do that today. There's no way Wat Tambor is going to live. It's impossible. Maybe I did need Wat. Okay. We will link these two. Not hard. Let's just do this. I think we'll have enough to one-shot gas when he stands up. How hard are you going to hit me? Pretty hard. Pretty hard to turn it into a 64, you stinking son of a gas. Ugh, alright. That's a 64 in a battle of efficiency. It's kind of annoying, but can't really complain about the Grand Arena. We're playing very well. Didn't have any really bad banner wins. Just not really, like, we're just tiny missing of the perfect ones. But those are the character battles. Let's go see ships. We are at 14-13 heading into ships. That's a really good score heading there. The defense looks like is going to be Executor, Triple Attacker, my least favorite of them all. And then we have a Tarkin and Malevolence. So the Triple Attacker one is always dicey. I might have to try Negotiator here because the Executrix one is just a little too risky. And don't know how my opponent's going to do. Could come down to ships. Don't want to mess that up. So stay tuned. Hopefully we don't mess this up. If we get through this battle in one piece, we should be totally fine, but it's definitely a scary lineup. It's Triple Attacker, Executor, and they are very high relics. All Relic 8. So this could be very dicey. We're going with Negotiator because there's just too much RNG with Executrix where I just don't want to mess up today. So hopefully this goes our way. If we have to clean it up, we will, but I'm really not relying on it. Okay, big hit, please. That's crazy good luck. Not gonna lie, that was crazy good luck. I've never one-shot Xanadu Blood like that. That's crazy. Doing that just for the shaft. I know they're going to cleanse, but the shaft is important. I'll get the buff immunity here, hopefully. Perfect. Looking great. That's a little annoying. But good thing we have that ability. We should be okay. I think next turn we get Mass Swarm. Not looking like the worst banners. Okay, I think that solidifies the Grand Arena, and a 69 banner win is very high for this counter. Honestly, it's usually like a 64, 65. So 69 is really good here, and I know that sounds horrible, but it's honestly true. 69 in-game and out-of-game is really good. But anyway, that should be our toughest battle over with. We're going to go ahead and do Malevolence next, and I think Resistance is perfect for here. Hasn't failed me yet with the right strategy. Doesn't need to be crazy banners, I don't think. I'm hoping for at least a 70, but still need to be smart. Have everything over here that looks correct, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Good dodge. No dodge, annoying. Not getting the craziest RNG at the moment. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully this is a big one-shot. Not quite. Who's Spy gonna one-shot? Okay. Yep. Let's go doing cleanse. Not looking like the best banners at the moment. Let's go ahead and just bring the X-Wing. Big hit. No. Getting extremely unlucky. But, okay. Not the best banners. Yeah, 67. That could have been better. We got crazy unlucky dodges, and also Sun Fact did not go down on the big AoE. But, hey, a one-shot's a one-shot. I don't think it's going to come into play today. I hope not. But we got one more really dangerous fleet we got to deal with. It's Chimera with bombers starting, so Profundity needs to be spot on. I didn't realize how dangerous this was because this one is counter Profundity. And I don't have Phantom on offense. My Phantom was on defense with Leviathan. So I need everything to go well. We're probably going to run into some trouble once Bomber takes a turn. And I have to be cautious of the cleanse from Gauntlet. So this is a very dangerous battle. But I'm going to try my best. Oh boy. Okay, I think I have to try to get an ability block on the Starfighter. Didn't happen. Did not happen. Because we didn't get the assist that we needed. This is very dangerous. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna go with another tank. Gonna save the AoE. Who's it gonna be? There's Scythe. Yep, that's the problem. They're gonna gain a bunch of buffs. Yeah. They can't gain turn meter at least, but that's not... yeah, we're gonna lose. I can't believe it. We need to get to ultimate. We need to just get these assists going. Horrifying, horrifying. Please tell me we're close. Okay, what a dangerous battle. We should still be able to pull this off. Oh no. I think we got this. But like, so dangerous. We gotta get rid of Scythe. And I'm targeting the wrong guy. Very smart by my opponent. Very counter Profundity. I knew it would be. But I didn't feel comfortable with a mirror match. Okay. We got through it. But not the best banners. Extremely dangerous fleet. Like I said earlier, that is counter Profundity. The Scythe came in as a reinforcement, removed all my buffs, and granted them all that damage and tankiness. Really sketchy, but hey, we got through the Grand Arena all in one piece. We one-shot everything. Now we have to see how my opponent did, so let's do the review. Knights of Vex, we pulled it off. 1837 to 1824 against a very dangerous opponent. Just going over, I mean, look, that's a crazy, that could, anything, any drop I performed would have been a loss. So let's take a look. They one-shot everything on the bottom very well. When we go to the back, everything one-shot here. They beat they beat the Dooku lineup. If you go up top, they had a drop on my Qui-Gon Jinn. That's a filler team that should not have dropped. That's incredible. I wonder if they tried to do like a Sidious solo and lost. I don't know, but that is a crazy hold. This won me the Grand Arena, because if they get a 65 here, they win. They're way more efficient on the fleet battles. And I'm guessing they one-shot everything here. That is crazy. Our Qui-Gon Jinn is holding against a very tough opponent. That, something must have happened. I think Sidious solo failed or something like that, because I can't imagine that team being dangerous at all. Yeah, they have damage reduction level 6, but like, Qui-Gon Jinn is a good team, but in Kyber 1, it's nothing crazy. Especially the top end, so I'm really surprised that's what gave us the win. But everything worked out really good for us. I think 5s is the best starting for Kylo with JMK. It just guarantees the stun goes onto him. So I really like 5s here. Great Mother's obviously killing it. Bo Katan killing it. Queen Amidala killing it. All, par for the course. And then back here, we just perfected, our high banner, efficient counters. So no complaints. This was a pretty solid Grand Arena. Not as challenging as the other ones. I'm happy we pulled out a win, so we're not going 0-3. 1-2 for the week, 3-3 for the season. So we're doing pretty fair for where we are. These are very tough opponents, and I will take the challenge. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this Grand Arena video. If you did, smash that like button, comment your comments in the comment section down below, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel to become a Knight of X, and I'll see you guys in the next video. May the Force be with you all.